Is 2 by 4 is really same as 1 by 2? In this concept-based math video by Think Mathic, we're going to unlock the secret behind equivalent fractions and how to use them to simplify any fraction to its lowest form, which is also known as the simplest form. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how fraction can become your best friends. Let's go. It is a simple concept. When we cut pizza into 4 slices and you eat 2 of them, that's 2 by 4. And if the same pizza is cut into 2 pieces or 2 slices and you eat one of them, it is 1 by 2. Even though the numbers are different, the amount you ate is exactly the same. This is the secret. They look different but mean the same part. They have same value but written with different numbers. This is the easiest rule in math. You need one tool, a magic fraction that always equal to 1. The rule is you must multiply or divide the numerator and the denominator by the same number. Let's start. The same number on the top and the bottom, always. So here we can see that 1 by 2 is multiplied with 2 with the numerator and 2 with the denominator. When we multiply 1 with 2, we get 2 and 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. So here the new fraction that has been formed is 2 by 4, which exactly means that 1 by 2 is equivalent to 2 by 4. Never make this mistake that you multiply the numerator and the denominator by different number. For example, 1 by 2 cannot be multiplied by 2 and 3. It has to be the common number that needs to be multiplied with the numerator and the denominator. So, if we multiply with the different numbers, we'll get a fraction like 2 by 6, which will not be going to be equivalent to your original fractions. So do not make this mistake. Always multiply with the common number. The second part is to divide the numerator and the denominator by the same number. So in this, as we can see, we have divided 2 by 4 with 2. Now here, as you can see, 2 is the common factor for your numerator and the denominator. So always you have to find a common factor of your numerator and denominator. Since we both divided with the 2, we get the fraction 1 by 2. We can again see that 2 by 4 is equivalent to 1 by 2. A fraction is in its lowest form when numerator and denominator have no common factor except 1. So here we can see that 1 by 2 is the lowest form of the fraction because it cannot be further divided by any other number except 1. Now, let's practice few of the questions of equivalent fractions. How do we know that two fractions are equivalent? Now, to find out the equivalent fraction of 2 by 3, we have already learned the two methods of finding out the equivalent fraction. First is multiplication, the second one is division. Now, you can see that 2 by 3 is already in its lowest form because it does not have any common factor other than 1. So here we are not going to divide the fractions, but we can multiply the fractions with 2. So when we multiply it with 2, we will get 4 by 6. So here in the multiplication of fractions, you just have to multiply the numerator with numerator and denominator by denominator. And we're going to get 4 by 6. Here you can also multiply 2 by 3 with 3 as well. Again, we are going to get its equivalent fractions. So 2 multiplied by 3 is 6 and 3 multiplied by 3 is 9. So the new fraction that we have achieved is 6 by 9. So we can say the equivalent fractions of 2 by 3 is 4 by 6 and 6 by 9. You can further multiply it with 4, 5, 6 and so on and you'll be able to get list of equivalent fractions. Now how to check that 2 by 3 is equivalent to 4 by 6? Let's check with that also. So you can see 4 by 6. What is the common factor of 4 by 6? Yes, you are correct. That's 2. So let's divide both the numbers with 2. When we divide both the numbers with 2, we will get 2 by 3. So can you see that we are getting the same fraction after converting them into the lowest form? So we can conclude that 4 by 6, 6 by 9 and other fractions are equivalent to 2 by 3. Let's do another question where the question is asking, are the following fractions equivalent? So to find out that the fractions are equivalent, we have two methods. The first method is known as the butterfly method, for which I have already made one of the shorts related to butterfly method, which you can check in my descriptions. So here we have a fraction that is 5 by 6 and 10 by 12. To check their equivalent, what we are going to do is going to multiply the denominator with of one fraction with the numerator of the other fraction, and same numerator of one fraction with the denominator of another fraction. So here we are going to do 5 times 12 and 10 times 6. Okay. Now, if the answer comes equal both the side, that means both the fractions are equivalent to each other. As you know, 5 times 12 is 60 and 10 times 6 is also 60. So we can say that 5 by 6 is equivalent to 10 by 12. Now, let's do the second method. The second method is converting both of the fraction to its lowest form. Now, if we check with the first fraction is already the lowest form because we do not have any common factor of 5 and 6 other than 1. So, it is already in the lowest form. Now, let's convert 10 by 12 in the lowest form. Can you find out a common factor of 10 and 12? Yes, you're right. That's 2. So, let's divide both the numerator and the denominator by 2. And we will get 5 by 6. So, since both the fraction have its lowest form as 5 by 6, that means both the fractions are equivalent to each other. Now, how to find out this missing number or the missing numerator in the fraction? What we are going to do is, in this the fraction which is given, that is 3 by 5. And then we have the another fraction 15 where the denominator is given but the numerator is not given. Here, we're going to find out what number we can multiply by 5 to get 15. As you know, 5 times 3 is 15. So, we will write 3. Now, till now we have learned that we always need to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the same number. If the denominator is multiplied by 3, so the numerator has to be multiplied with 3. So, what is 3 times 3? 3 times 3 is 9. So, we have already found out our missing fraction or the missing numerator of the fraction, which is 9. So, the new fraction is 9 by 15. This is the another type of question where we need to compare the two fractions. Which of the fraction is bigger or smaller or they are equal. Again, the same concept of converting the fraction into the lowest form. So, we can see 3 by 4 is already in the lowest form. It does not have any other common factor other than 1. So, we will keep 3 by 4 as it is. But for the fraction 6 by 8, again, we have to find out the common factor. So, the common factor is 2. So, we are going to divide 6 by 8 with 2. And we are going to get our new fraction, which is 3 by 4. Again, we can see both the fractions are equal. So, here we'll put equal to sign. Now comes the next type of question, that is, which of the following fractions are equivalent to 3 by 4? Same concept, same method, converting all the fraction to its lowest form. Let's start with 6 by 8. Again, dividing it with the common factor, which is 2. And then we're going to get a fraction as 3 by 4. So, this is my new fraction for 9 by 12. Common factor, it always has to be a highest common factor. So, for 9 by 12, the highest common factor is 3. So, I'm going to divide by 3. I'll get 3 by 4. Now, 2 by 16. Common factor is 2, but when we divide it, we will get it as 1 by 8. Here, the answer is not coming 3 by 4. So, that means 2 by 16 is not equivalent to 3 by 4. And then we have the another fraction, which is 3 by 5. No common factor other than 1. So, it is already in its lowest form. So, 3 by 5 is also not equivalent to 3 by 4. So, our answer is going to be 6 by 8 and 9 by 12. If fractions feel easy now, like this video so I know this helped you. Subscribe to Think Mathic for concept-based math and to make every topic simple. Now, go practice what you've learned and comment done when you have finished it. Want to know what's next? Click here to learn about adding and subtracting fraction.